The math points to the improbability. The logic points to the improbability because we can't build one. Okay? When we have some evidence that this thing can happen, okay, that there is an actual rational probability that these forces can combine and create this thing, well then fine. I'm not against it. I'm just saying that there's an obvious bias on the other side. I'm just saying get rid of that obvious bias. But I've certainly contemplated it as a possibility that this crap that we're doing now happens over and over and over again in the universe. That this bullshit shitty play is played out over and over and over again because the universe can't stop it, because the universe doesn't have a brain. So, wow, I thought I kicked the right person. Bandit, turn your fucking mic off, you goddamn cunt. You should know goddamn better. Goddamn asshole.
Hey, it's not me, by the way.
No, I think it was Jim. The debate is not that relevant. Seriously, I mean, I know why you're passionate about it, because there are so many atheists who have become, scientific pantheists who, like, almost revere the universe and find the meaning to life in it. And I know that idea is dangerous. But the debate on its own is not relevant, because even if there is life, and even if, by all, against all odds, there is intelligent life, there is no way for us to ever find it. So why would
But it's sort of relevant, though, in the sense that it gives people more of an excuse. It's just like if you have 100 starving people, then the more you pile on, the less you can care, because now the problem's too big. So if there's 1 million starving people, well, you just say, well, there's not much we can do about this. It's 1 million, so let's just give up. And that's the same idea. If we get comfortable with the notion that this life thing's happening all over the fucking place, then it gets a lot easier for people to be reckless and sloppy. Okay, because it's like, oh, well, it's just too much to clean up, and we can't clean up the whole universe, so let's just fuck it. No point in cleaning up Earth if the same shit is happening on Europa. If the same shit's happening all over the fucking universe, well, there's no point in cleaning up this shithole, because it's only one shithole in the zillions of shitholes, and we can't even reach the other zillions of shitholes, so we can leave this place a shithole.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with whether or not it's true.
But the point is, though, is the idea of a bountiful living universe just gives people an excuse to accept brokenness in the universe. Not beauty in the universe, but brokenness in the universe. Because now it's, oh, well, it's the universe's fault. The universe is in control. We're not in control. It'll just make us, it'll just give us an excuse not to take responsibility for this fucking planet, the one we can control.
Yeah, but I mean, I was, in a way, accusing you with quote marks that you are pushing this idea that life is so unlikely precisely because you don't want life to be likely, and because the idea that life could be likely is dangerous if you think about the consequences that it has on people.
That's not the reason. I'm sorry. I've known about the Drake equation for 25 fucking years. I mean, I've lived with it a long fucking time. I've given this a lot of fucking thought. It didn't just occur to me someday. I saw the problem. I saw Carl Sagan live doing his TV show when it was really broadcast, okay, Cosmos. I watched it when I was a fucking kid, all right? I saw the fucking show. I saw the whole thing play out in front of me, and I said, God damn, this is a weird fucking equation. And I have given this thought. It isn't like some kind of, oh, I'm going to use this to my advantage in this argument because I have to get people to care and all blah, blah. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the danger of a. You're making the argument that what's the harm in it, and I'm explaining what the harm in it is. The harm in having the delusion that it is simple chemistry. Turn off your mic.
I think
Okay.
I
Lefty.
think some of the motivation, though, that to consider of alternative places where there's life is also the idea that we, as humans, can live in other planets and go other places and continue our life in the sense of if the Earth were to wear out resources, we could continue where we want to do somewhere else. I think that's motivation as well.
You go on a rant.
Yeah, well, that's the fucking bandit wrote. What?
Yeah, I asked if I can please step in before you go on a rant on Lefty. Because I am
What?
going to be sure. Okay, this idea that there is life in the universe and there is intelligent life in the universe. And, we might find it and we might live in another planet. I don't know how you cannot see the horror in that. If there is intelligent life on another planet and we find it, we'll have to conquer the fucking planet.
No, or they'll do the same to us.
Or yeah, they will find it and do the same to us. So I don't
Or also just give each other Prozac.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying, that if there is other life out there, there is no reason for us to wish to find it. There will be a disaster if we do find it.
Well, I don't know if there'll be a disaster, but look, at best, there's going to be a conversation about how fucked we are. Because they're going to have the same desire mechanism that they evolved through. They're going to have the same question, well, what the fuck do we do now? Now that we figured out the game is up, now that we know what's behind the whole thing, what the fuck do we do ourselves? So they're going to have the same problem if they're intelligent. But yeah, I mean, the point is, I think real intelligence is going to create a machine that's going to go into the universe like the Star Trek scenario. It's going to go out into the universe and sanitize planets. Because life is a fucking Frankenstein. It can't go anywhere good.
Yeah, I wasn't suggesting even implying conquest. I was just saying that the motivation has to do with that. And why would it have to be about conquest? Why couldn't it be about communication or learning?
Exactly, communication and learning. That never has a description. Look at that movie, that fucking stupid damn dumbass whatever her name is, Silence of the Lamb chick. You did that stupid fucking movie with the stupid wacky machine, and she goes to the fucking, and they won't even talk to her. Know why they didn't talk to her? Because nobody could write the script. No one could figure out what the fuck the aliens would say. Like, what the hell are they gonna say? Yeah, we got really big dildos here. They're really fucking cool. They even have foreskin on them still, because we don't take the foreskin off the dildos. Okay, so we got dildos with foreskin. That's what the conversation is going to be. There's not going to be a conversation. There's going to be, what's your favorite soft drink? Oh yeah, I went through the wormhole and I went through the whole thing just to find out what your favorite soft drink is.
Let's see, I mean, everybody, the astronomers who are considering this idea, maybe we're not alone in the universe and it would be so cool to find the aliens, but what would that lead to? Why do we even want to find life in another planet? Because our resources are running over. If we want, I mean, if there is another alien nation who comes to Earth, let me suffer.
I kicked him.
Go kick. Okay. If there is another alien nation, just as desperate as we are to find another planet, who supports life, and they find us, they would be like, okay, let's have a nice, decent conversation. No, we would let them have our resources, we would let them have our food and our oil when we are 7 fucking billion people. No, it would be fucking war. This would be, in the most absurd circumstance that we would ever find other life.
I don't think that would be realistic, to tell you the truth. I don't think the war thing is a huge threat. Because what are we going to do with their resources? We're going to pump all their, what, we're going to take a giant hose with us? Hey, we're going to pump their water out. We're going to pump their water 1 trillion miles through space with our giant hose, our big fireman hose. I don't think that's going to fucking happen. So I don't think they're going to be coming here saying, oh, these people good to eat. What I think is going to happen, though, is they're going to say, yeah, maybe they're good to have sex with or something. They're going to try to fuck us. Yeah, they'll probably try to fuck us.
Oh, Go ahead.
When, we discovered the Indians, we didn't, ask ourselves, so how would we be able to make, gold grow in fucking United States? No, we went there and took their gold and fucked their women and killed everybody. This is what we did. If we are able to, this is what we will do.
I'm just saying, though, we're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to put their gold on a ship and send it back home. So I mean, that ain't going to be practical. Okay, if we ever got somewhere, we're not going to be making trips back and forth. All right, we're not going to do the time travel thing. We're not going to break the laws of physics. So if we get there, it's going to be like some 3rd generation human who's been asleep half the trip.